towards the, we're going to walk backwards? All right,
we're going to walk backwards. We can do whatever we want. Anyway, I'm here with my buddy from the boards, Scott Wegener.
You got it right.
And he's doing a few books right now, all independently owned, but all fantastic art. And Scott, tell us about a bit of them.
Well, let's see. We've got a big one that's going to be coming out in September-ish is Killer of Demons, which is written by Chris Yost. I got myself in the camera. There we go.
There you go. Don't worry, I'll frame you up.
Okay, cool. Chris Yost is a writer of New X-Men, has done some X-23 work, a lot of animation stuff. He's a really talented writer. It's got kind of it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Basic deal is the main character, Dave Sloan, is a low-level schmuck that works at an advertising company, and God blesses him with the ability to see the demons in the world around him, which he's not too happy about because he's pretty much a wuss, doesn't want anything to do with it. So then he sends down Uriel, who's this little cherub, to kind of goad him into doing what he has to do. So Dave goes around, kills all sorts of demons, or he might be just pathologically insane and killing perfectly normal people. So he has to kind of battle with that through the first story arc. And eventually, he kind of accepts his role as God's new hatchet man on Earth, and the first story arc culminates with him storming the advertising company he works in, taking out his boss, who's like a Duke of Hell, and he uses everything from shotguns to shovels to whatever the hell he can find around. His brother's an FBI agent with a role-playing kind of thing, so he's got like an arsenal in his house that he pilfers from quite a bit. And it's just good all-around mayhem, very kind of Shaun of the Dead sort of humor to it.
You mean Shaun of the Dead meets Frailty sort of deal?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the big one. Then I'm slowly working on an image book with Mark Sable, who wrote the excellent series Grounded that just had the last issue come out. And that's another horror, not a horror comedy. Well, kind of social horror. It's kind of a black comedy on sorority life. And just about the things that kids do to themselves to fit in school and whatnot. It's, again, really well written. And it's a real fun challenge to write because, there are no demons, there are no guns and explosions and whatnot. So very, the pages have kind of looked like the, 100 bullets where you got a lot of talking and a lot of talking. So there's a lot of like interesting camera angles. You got the toilet bowl, the sink bowl, or the sink cam rather than the toilet cam. Eventually we'll do the glue bottle cam, the beer bottle, all sorts of weird camera places.
Like this one in particular?
Like this one, yeah. And let's see, so that's that. And then I've got a couple of, that I'm working on as we speak, very slowly, unfortunately. And then I have a few submissions that are just sort of floating out there that I've already done or I'm about to finish up. One is called Breakfast with Demons. It's kind of a very strange Tokyo Pop anime or manga graphic novel submission. We'll see what happens with that. And Atomic Robo is another one that's going to be submitted to Dark Horse, which follows the adventures of Atomic Robo, who is this kind of, he was built in the 20s by Nikola Tesla. He's kind of a clockwork man with a nuclear generator for his stomach. And he's this really kind of plucky, I don't want to say indestructible, but he takes a real big beating, kind of like a kind of plucky hero kind of thing. So he's pretty neat. It's kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of like a robot version of Indiana Jones, I guess. And he fights all sorts of stuff. In the first issue, he's fighting 50-foot atomic ants in the Nevada desert. The second issue, it's steam-powered pyramids and clockwork mummies. It's very, it's kind of where Hellboy goes down the route of the supernatural and the folklore. We're taking the old school sci-fi, invaders from Mars and all sorts of weird stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like Wild Wild West, what should have been.
Exactly. Yeah, you carry things like atomic rifles and all sorts of weird. Yeah, again, like what Wild Wild West should have been. Yes. Yeah.
Right on. So tell the kids at home where they can find you.
Okay. Well, you can find me at my website, which is reaching for a card. The website is scottwegener.com. Let's put that up there. There we go. It's kind of weird with the camera. Yeah. So you can see, see that name there? Scott Wegener. Put a .com on the end of that, and you'll go to my online portfolio, and you'll see links there also to killerofdemons.com, where you'll get a little more info on the book. And you start to see a lot of stuff on my blog and all the message boards I regularly post on, giving updates on what's going on. And we plan right now for Chris to have a sample of the book, hopefully the first half, printed up to take to San Diego Comic-Con, so you can look for him there, Chris Yost. And I guess that's about it.
Pleasure having you on the show, sir. It's always fun to see you around.
Thanks.
Nice meeting you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Take it easy.